On 7's Gold Coast News, freedom after 6 years behind bars. A Maudsley mother accused of murdering her child, given bail.
A Titans player fronts court, his punishment revealed.
The Northern Park's still off limits as council's clean-up hits a hurdle.
Powering light rail, the new infrastructure taking the trams to Burleigh.
And we're live to the red carpet for the Land of the Bad premiere.
Live from the Gold Coast, 7 News with Abate and Steve Titmus.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. A Maudsley mother accused of killing her son by poisoning him with a fruit smoothie will soon be back on the streets after spending more than 6 years in prison.
Let's go to Rachel Baxter. Rachel, Marie Crabtree will walk out of the Supreme Court today.
Good evening, Amanda. Good evening, Steve. That's right. 24 hours after her murder trial was dismissed yesterday, Marie Crabtree will walk out of these doors here at the Brisbane Supreme Court, and it could happen any moment from now. She is accused of killing her son Jonathan by overdosing him with prescription drugs in a fruit smoothie. However, new evidence is now raising concerns about the prosecution's key witness and the entire case. Justice Peter Davis declared the case was weak and the key witness, her daughter, probably destroyed evidence. Mrs. Crabtree is still facing charges of murder, attempted murder and fraud, and her freedom for now comes with strict bail conditions, things like having to wear a tracking device, as well as not being able to contact her daughter or be anywhere near her daughter. And she will front court again here next month.
Rachel Baxter reporting there from the Supreme Court. A 16-year-old boy has been charged over a lunchtime smash and grab in front of shoppers at Robina Town Centre last week. The teen is accused of hurling a rock at a glass cabinet, stealing 3 brand new iPhones, then taking off. The alleged theft left the phone shop with a bill of more than $10,000. The boy was due to face the Children's Court today.
Titans player Aaron Clark has been punished in court after being busted behind the wheel without a licence. Mel Whiteman has the details. Well, Mel, he pleaded guilty.
Yes, Amanda, the Titan turned up to court today without a lawyer, instead representing himself. He pleaded guilty to driving without a licence after it was disqualified because of demerit points. The court heard he was pulled over by police at Pimpama in late December. Clark told officers he was unaware his licence was suspended.
Is there anything you want to say to the young fans that look up to you?
We all make mistakes and I'll learn from this and it won't happen again.
26-year-old Clark has been playing for the Gold Coast since 2020. Today he told the magistrate about his commitments to the Titans and that he has a newborn. He was fined $350 and disqualified from driving for 6 months.
Mel Whiteman there in Southport. A man accused of setting fire to a Helensvale tobacconist has been committed to stand trial in the district court. A group armed with baseball bats allegedly tried to smash into the tobacco shed before setting it alight in January last year. Nahom Tesfelem Jacob was charged with arson. He remains in the community on bail.
Accused killer councillor Ryan Belden Lumsden is being urged to pull out of the upcoming election by his political pal and state MP Sam O'Connor. Georgia Cossey, Sam O'Connor says it isn't fair on the division.
Amanda, the Bonnie MP and Ryan Belden Lumsden have known each other for nearly a decade, but still Sam O'Connor believes seeking re-election is not the right thing to do, with Belden Lumsden accused of murdering his stepfather. He says the community isn't getting the advocacy it needs. He also believes if Belden Lumsden is successfully re-elected, it will only lead to the state government suspending him again.
Everyone's getting their rates bills this week. Part of that rates bill is going towards paying for a councillor as well as a councillor advisor, neither of which get to sit in the chamber and neither of which get to advocate for us on council issues. There's not many jobs where you could get charged with murder and get 6 months essentially full pay without having to work. I think he's been treated very, very fairly.
Council elections will be held in March. O'Connor wants voters to number every box. We reached out to Ryan Belden Lumsden's legal team today, but they didn't respond.
Georgia Cossey there with the latest. This block in Varsity Lakes could be developed into much needed social housing. The land, which is already owned by the state government, is opposite the train station. An investigation is now underway to see if the spot is suitable for future residents.
This housing plan delivers for all of the people in the housing system that need more support. It is an ambitious plan.
The state government has set a target to build more than 53,000 social homes by 2046.
Parents are being warned about an outbreak of whooping cough on the Gold Coast. Health authorities say the majority of cases are school-aged children. So far this year, there's been 42 infections. Whooping cough can be life-threatening to babies and small children. Parents are urged to be on the lookout for symptoms which include coughing fits, sneezing and fatigue.
Council's storm clean-up has hit a hurdle. There's a shortage of arborists to clear felled trees, leading to some local parks remaining off-limits to families.
Sheba Park once thriving. But after a mammoth clean-up, now the damage has been laid bare.
I've walked through these parks my entire life and they're really hard to see them like this.
Across the city, almost 50 parks and playgrounds were pummelled. More than a month on, trees remain felled, the grass overgrown. But as council's clean-up soars into the millions, a shortage of boots on the ground is making it even harder.
It's just been hurdle after hurdle. Also been problems with securing arborists. There's a national shortage.
Leading to a backlog of works which arborists like Lloyd Keegan are trying to help clear. But he's been booked out since Boxing Day.
It's hard to juggle everything because, you know, not everyone can wait.
5 of the 8 worst affected parks across the city are here in Coombaba, the other 3 in Coomera. Given this shortage of arborists, it could take months before they're all back to normal. Most parks are open citywide, but council says the priority has been on the curbside cleanup. There is still a mammoth task to inspect the safety of trees and playground equipment.
We need to make sure that we reinstate our parks bigger and better than before.
Jordan Quinn, 7 Gold Coast News.
Works are being done along Wollundra Drive in Mudgeeraba in a bid to slow down speeding drivers and hoons. A raised pedestrian crossing will be installed as well as a speed hump. Preliminary works are underway with the main project to begin on Monday. Bollards are being put up along Franklin Drive in Mudgeeraba in a bid to stop illegal parking. Complaints were made to council of motorists mounting the curb, driving over the path and stopping on the grass. The bollards are expected to take around 72 hours to complete.
Let's change the pace. The red carpet has been rolled out for Hollywood heavyweights ahead of this year's Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts Awards. Let's go to Sam Payne. You're live on the red carpet, and mate, you've got some special guests.
Steve, a 4-day festival is about to begin, a part of the AFTRA Awards. Tonight there's a private screening of The Land of Bad, and I'm now joined with an actor in that film, Luke Hemsworth. Luke, tell me a bit about that film. It was shot here.
All shot here, mate, yeah. Shot in the Gold Coast. Land of Bad is, you know, the story of how modern warfare is changing the landscape, but it's an old school action film. It's, you know, it's big explosions, it's big guns and bigger biceps.
Great to hear. And how good is it to see the Gold Coast becoming a major film hub for Australia?
It's great because it's just down the road from my house, so it makes it super easy to just drive to work and go home, sleep in my own bed. My wife doesn't get angry with me, although she does a lot. It's beautiful. It's you know, look, the crew's here. Everyone here is worlds above what people think of us. No, that doesn't make any sense. No, we are world class in what we do, and it's great.
Everyone is on the Gold Coast.
Yes.
Appreciate your time, and thanks for that, Luke. The festival will start tomorrow and run until Sunday.
I'm there, okay, thanks Sam Payne. Now to coastal expert Paul Burt. Bertie, there's been some showers across the city today.
Great actor. Great. G'day everyone. Yes, there's rain coming down at the moment. Showers overnight. Look, you woke to showers this morning. We're going to fall asleep to showers tonight, of course. It was great to see the Oz Faircam showcasing a lot of shower activity out to the ocean. Yeah, that's where it's coming from. To the charts. You can see it all happening at the moment. That a lot of moisture in the atmosphere at the moment. Obviously, those stiff southeast trades, that's pushing that coastal shower activity straight onto us. More to come tonight, and again tomorrow morning, everybody. More weather for you soon, everyone, and some more good acting.
I think we understood everything you said. Coming up, exclusive, the next big step to take the trams to Burleigh.
Plus, why premium parking is off limits in several suburbs.
And which hinterland town has been named one of the friendliest in the country.
New infrastructure has been put in place at Mermaid Beach as part of the light rail's southern expansion. Jordan Quinn, it took some heavy lifting.
It sure did, Amanda. Only 7 News can show you how cranes were brought in to install the project's first traction power substation at Annette Kellerman Park in Mermaid Beach. It's one of 4 that will provide voltage required to power the rail infrastructure all the way to Burleigh.
So we've got 2 in Miami, Sandercock Park, another one at Christine Avenue, and then the last one's down at Alex Black Park at Burleigh.
Stage 3 of the light rail includes a 6.7 kilometre of track as well as 8 new stations. Once complete, passengers will be able to travel from Broadbeach to Burleigh in around 17 minutes.
OK, thank you, Jordan Quinn. A new car sharing service has started a 12-month trial on the Gold Coast. The only catch, the vehicles are taking up 20 premium parking spots. Spaces a local councillor believes could be better utilised.
Premium parking off limits.
No, they shouldn't be using our public spots, especially in the city.
Signs have been put up across the Gold Coast, reserved only for flexi cars, a new vehicle sharing service taking up 20 parks in high density areas next to the beach and tram stations.
It's a catch-22, unfortunately. The idea is good, but then it hurts other people.
FlexiCars has assigned parking spaces in Southport, Surfers Paradise, Broadbeach, Palm Beach, Varsity Lakes, Burleigh Heads and Coolangatta for a 12-month council trial.
It is a trial. It will give us some great data on whether the city and Gold Coast residents want this type of option or not.
Users log into an app to access the vehicles. The annual membership for personal use is $49 or $11 an hour. Brooke Patterson was the only councillor to vote against the trial.
My concern was more about allocating those car spaces to a global profit company rather than other models which would allow local residents to share their cars.
The trial ends in December, when results will show if the cars are used or just taking up valuable space. Sam Payne, 7 Gold Coast News.
Mount Tamborine has been named in the top 10 most welcoming places in the country. The hinterland town came in 7th on the list, put together by Booking.com. Dalford in Victoria took out the top spot, followed by Montville west of the Sunshine Coast. And a big welcome now to Sally Pearson, who has the day in sport.
And Sal, surfing's back on in Hawaii.
Yeah, and a local surfer was the headline act. Hello everyone, coming up next, which local surfer came out on top? Plus, a Kibra Park star on a desperate dash to Sydney to plead his case to make it to Vegas.
Seven News. Preventing diabetes. 14 million Australians on the verge. 2 in 3 adults overweight. Now, the fight back hits overdrive.
Great potential to put type 2 diabetes into remission.
Ozempic, Mounjaro, and the next big thing coming. The new weight loss options for 2024 on 7 News at 6.
Reece Walsh has made a dash to Sydney as his off-field drug scandal in Surfers Paradise 3 years ago is continuing to haunt the Kibra Park product. Due to his criminal record, the Bronco star must get approval from the US Embassy to play in next month's season opener in Las Vegas.
We don't go into a season looking to just play footy. We like to go into the season winning.
Teammate and fellow Gold Coaster Payne Haas has been cleared to play after his run-in with Tweed Police in 2021. Burleigh Heads board rider Liam O'Brien has settled for 9th place on the first stop of the Surfing World Tour in Hawaii. The 24-year-old was edged out in the round of 16 at Pipeline by Stradbroke star and world number 2 Ethan Ewing.
Against Liam, he's been a tough competitor. He beat me here last year, so yeah, I think just the things I've learnt over the years and feeling a bit more comfortable here is helping me out.
Despite this 9-point ride, Coolangatta product Callum Robson was knocked out in the round of 16. Northcliffe Ironman Joe Collins is eyeing off beating champ Ali Day in the Nutri-Grain Series. The 21-year-old is one of the sport's most in-form athletes and is ramping up his bid to finish on top of the podium before the season ends.
He's turned his idols into rivals.
Joe Collins can only stand back and applaud because he was absolutely outstanding today.
It's hard not to look over your shoulder when this 21-year-old is nipping at your heels.
He races with zero fear. Never seen an athlete push themselves from start to finish in an entire race.
We are rivals now, but Ali, after one of the races, said to me personally, thank you for making me a better athlete. I'm not sure if he's trying to get in my head, but it definitely made me feel good.
The Northcliffe boy is quickly making a name for himself after arguably his best series yet.
I'll slowly get there. I'm only 21. I've still got another, 12 years to be Ali's age.
Hopefully we've been able to not only inspire but sort of show them the way.
Despite settling for silver behind the greatest of all time, the season's not over yet.
The summer surf, I think, suits me a little bit more than Ali. It's not quite that 40 minutes where Ali can just grind us to death.
He's been no stranger to the podium so far in the series, but it's Ali who leads the standings. Thankfully, there's 10,000 points up for grabs on the weekend.
North Bondi, apparently there's supposed to be surf around, so anything can happen. I'm going down there to win.
Savannah Burke, 7 Gold Coast News.
A bit of friendly rivalry didn't hurt anyone, did it?
Might become one of the great rivalries.
Yeah, it might be.
Thank you, Sal. Coming up soon, the crime crackdown, how young criminals are being punished for boasting about their antics online. That's soon on 7 News.
And a few showers starting to fall across the Gold Coast. How long will they hang for? All the details and more coming up after the break.
Most Queenslanders don't feel safe at home. That heads 7 News at 6. Here's Sharon Godella.
Steve, outrage grows over bail for serious young offenders in the wake of the Redbank Plains murder. Also, a major breakthrough on aircraft noise over our suburbs. Prince Charles spotted for the first time since his cancer diagnosis. New rules to stop the boss contacting you after hours. Plus, expose the sneaky tricks big business is using to gouge every Queenslander. And the new weight loss drug said to be better than Ozempic. 7 News at 6 is next.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. Time for the weather now. And Bertie, some showers lingering about tonight.
Yeah, that's right there, Amanda. Look, we woke to showers this morning. We're going to fall asleep to showers tonight, and they'll hang around for tomorrow as well. But at the moment, just coming and going, nothing too heavy whatsoever. However, making the roads a little bit slippery as well. Let's take a look at, of course, today's start to the day with our Q1 weather cam looking to the north. Again, windy and wet start. Did ease back mid-morning and, of course, returning back late this afternoon. Currently at Benoa, it's steady at 24 degrees, strong south-southeasterly winds, about 38 k's. Today across the coast, highs of 30 degrees across most of the coast, up to 31 the range. Average last night, 23, 24 degrees, still warm. To the charts, so you can see that low up in the northern Coral Sea. That's not going to do anything for Australia. Might see a little bit of swell coming off that further to the north, but we're going to see swell our way from that high to the south. That's also going to drag up that little low that's just pushed off the coast at the moment. Tomorrow we're going to see stiff southeast trades pushing in, isolated showers coming in off that as well. So yeah, a lot of adverse weather there, but that swell and southeast trade is going to hang, in fact, increase through the weekend. Winds up to 30 knots and swell up to 3 metres. So it will be a surface paradise on the southern end of the Goldie. If you are going out tomorrow, take a brolly handy with you, of course. So you're going to see highs of 28 degrees coastal down to 22 overnight, 22, 29 Burleigh, 21 to 28 for Nerang. Surface paradise, 22 to 28 degrees on the water, southeast winds 25 knots, rough. Surf this morning, points. That's all I can say to you, because the northern end of the coast is going to be way too exposed due to that stiff southeasterly breeze. So where you're going to find the protection will be the headlands and southern end. So tomorrow, that'll be your best bet. TOS and D-Bar, you might find a little wave there, but again, northern exposed areas too exposed. As we look ahead, though, we're going to see a few showers all the way through to Monday. Highs of around 28, 29 degrees, down to 22, 23 overnight. And team, 5 to 10 millimetres per day through till Sunday night, and then easing back early next week. So enough to keep the tanks and dam topped up.
2 weekends in a row with this rain. Not happy with that at all, Bertie. We'll be back again tomorrow night at 5:30.
Thanks for watching. Stay with us for now. 7 News at 6 is starting. Good night.